Hello and welcome back to another Tartan Talk Tuesday. This week is quite exciting for the Tartan Talk Tuesday videos because this week is Tartan Day week. The very first Tartan Day was held in 1982 on July the 1st in New York City as a one-time only celebration of the 200th anniversary of the repealing of the Prescription Act, which was when the Scots were forbidden from wearing tartan of any kind. A few years later, Jean Watson, who was one of the presidents of the clan societies here in Nova Scotia, petitioned all of the provincial legislatures to recognize April 6th as Tartan Day. The very first province to do so was Nova Scotia in 1987, which, by the way, makes this the 30th anniversary this year, and every other province followed suit up until Quebec, which joined the club in 2003. The United States adopted April 6th as its Tartan Day in 1998, and the president made it an official national day in 2008. New York City has a big Tartan Week surrounding Tartan Day every year. Parts of Scotland have also adopted April 6th as its Tartan Day, and interestingly enough, so has Argentina, where apparently there is the largest community of Scottish people outside of the English-speaking world. Australia also has large Tartan Day celebrations, but they have stuck to the original July 1st date. We in Canada, of course, would have had to choose a different date because July 1st here is Canada Day. So if we know what the significance for July 1st is, what is the significance for April 6th, you ask? Well, that is the date that the Declaration of Arbroath was signed in 1320. This document was a letter to the Pope signed by 39 earls and barons, intending to confirm Scotland as an independent and sovereign state, and also defending its right to use military action when attacked. They also hope to lift the excommunication of Robert the Bruce, but that's a whole other video. Interestingly enough, it took 8.5 years to get all of the things in the letter to the Pope officially recognized. However, April 6th was the date that they got the ball rolling, so to speak. And so because of that document, April 6th is now Tartan Day in many places in the world, particularly those with Scottish communities. Piece of the week. This week I'm going to go with a patchwork dress that I had done for a show last year. I called it patchwork because that's sort of the technique that I used, but I just thought that it was a super cute, fun little dress. This dress is in modern Cameron of Iraq, and it's quite simple, but just sort of gives a fun little touch to a traditional tartan dress. Tartan of the week. This week, talking about tartan and being part of your heritage, I'm going to go with the first tartan that I wore, which was Dress Mackenzie, and here's a picture of me in my little kiltie. This was the first little kiltie that I wore when I first started Highland dancing when I was 5 years old. So, tartan of the week this week, modern Dress Mackenzie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week for another Tartan Talk Tuesday. Cheers.